Have you ever seen a moment so simple, yet so powerful, that it changes the course of someone's life forever? Imagine walking through a busy supermarket, the air filled with chatter, carts rolling, and announcements echoing overhead. But then, your eyes catch something different, something that makes your heart skip a beat. A young mother, her clothes worn, her face tired yet still carrying a quiet strength, stands in the baby food aisle. She picks up a tin of baby milk formula, her eyes softening as she looks at the label, probably imagining her little one at home. But then, with trembling fingers, she glances at the price tag. Her lips press together, and in slow motion, she places the milk back on the shelf. That one gesture speaks louder than words: struggle, sacrifice, and heartbreak all wrapped into one small action. And here's the part that will grab you. A man, dressed in a crisp suit with an expensive watch glimmering under the fluorescent lights, notices this. He's a millionaire, used to seeing people chase after him for favors or money. But this moment was different. It wasn't about greed. It was about love, a mother choosing her child's needs over her own pride. He felt a tug at his chest, something he hadn't felt in years. And he decided, right then and there, to follow her. Before I take you deeper into this story, let me pause for a moment. If you're already hooked, if your heart's beating a little faster because you want to know what happens next, then make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Stories like this aren't just tales, they're reminders of the power of compassion, and by joining us, you help keep that light alive. The woman's name was Emily. She wasn't the kind of person who asked for help. Life had knocked her down more times than she could count. Her husband had walked out, leaving her with a baby barely 6 months old and bills stacked on the kitchen counter. Every day was a battle. She worked double shifts at a diner, came home to rock her baby to sleep, and then stayed awake worrying about tomorrow. But Emily never complained. She just pushed forward, even when it meant sacrificing the very things her baby needed most. That day in the store, she had exactly $20 in her pocket. She'd counted it 3 times. Her plan was to buy some vegetables, bread, and a little baby food. But when she saw the formula tin cost nearly $30, reality hit her like a brick wall. Her baby needed milk more than anything, but rent was due, and electricity was already on the edge of being cut off. With a lump in her throat, Emily made the hardest choice: put the milk back. The millionaire, Daniel Carter, stood a few steps away, pretending to browse. He wasn't the kind of man who usually paid attention to strangers. His life was filled with boardrooms, luxury cars, and private jets. But for some reason, watching Emily broke through his carefully built walls. Daniel had grown up poor himself, though he rarely admitted it. He remembered the nights when his mother would quietly go without dinner so he and his brother could eat. He remembered the shame of wearing the same shoes until the soles gave out. Success had wiped those images from his daily life, but seeing Emily brought them rushing back like a flood. As Emily moved toward the checkout, Daniel hesitated. Should he step in? Would she even accept his help? He knew pride was a powerful thing, and offering money could sometimes wound more than heal. So, he came up with a plan. He followed her out of the store, keeping a respectful distance, until she reached a small, weathered car parked at the edge of the lot. The kind of car that coughed every time you turned the ignition. Emily carefully strapped her baby into the back seat, her hands gentle despite the fatigue etched into her movements. Daniel watched, his chest tightening. He couldn't just walk away. But instead of approaching directly, he walked back into the store, bought 3 tins of formula, a bag of groceries, and a stuffed toy he thought might bring a smile to the baby's face. Then, with the bag in hand, he approached her car. Emily looked up, startled, as the tall man with sharp features and kind eyes tapped lightly on her window. I don't mean to intrude," he began, his voice softer than his appearance suggested. "But I think you dropped this." He held out the bag. Confused, Emily shook her head. I didn't, she started, but Daniel gently placed the bag on the hood of her car. Sometimes, he said, his voice steady, we're given chances to accept kindness. No strings attached. Please, let this be one of those times. Tears welled up in Emily's eyes before she could stop them. She opened her mouth to protest, but the words died on her lips when she saw the sincerity in his eyes. This wasn't pity. This wasn't charity. It was something deeper. Recognition, maybe even respect. Slowly, with trembling hands, she took the bag. Thank you, she whispered, her voice cracking. You don't know what this means. Daniel nodded, his throat tight. Actually, I think I do. And with that, he turned to leave, but something inside him wouldn't let him walk away just yet. He stopped, glanced back, and in that moment, an invisible thread tied their worlds together.